Welcome guys to the options trading strategy tutorial series. In this series, we will discuss the different ways you can combine options for different trading styles to have different objectives and how the complex world of options can be modified to meet your requirements. So far, what you guys have been doing is simply buying calls or puts. But the options world goes a lot deeper than that. And we will learn about it all through this series. At this point, I assume you guys know what calls and put options are. And if you don't, then go back to the trading basics tutorial, to the options tutorial in the trading basics series and have a refresher. Now that you know what they are, let's proceed. So in the first slide, you guys saw that I wrote player versus casino. Let's establish that framework. So from a basic understanding of options, you guys know that there is one person who buys an option and he has the right to execute that option. What that means is he can either buy or sell a stock on a specified date for a specific price. If he wants to. If he doesn't want to, he won't do it. That's the privilege he gets. To get that privilege, he has to pay someone to take the other side of the trade. That payment that the person gives is called premium. So you see the person who gets the privilege, the buyer of the option, he pays the premium to the person who is taking the other side of the trade, and that other person is getting the premium. This can be compared to how you have gambler, a player, that goes to a casino. You give the casino some money to have the privilege to play there. Now, in the options world, you can decide if you want to be the player or the casino. There are many profitable players and there are many profitable casinos. The risk metrics of both are different and they have different objectives. And this is what we'll go into this series on how you can modify options trading strategies to fulfill your objectives. So we'll begin with just a simple, basic, long and short options calls. Just try and understand how both parties, the buyer of the option and the seller of the option, how their payoff structure looks like, aka how much they get paid when the ordeal is done, when the trade is done, everything is finished. So for this example, let's assume that you are buying a call option, right? You're long a call option. So far you guys have been trading options by being long calls or puts. So you should intuitively get how this payoff structure works. You pay a fees for the option. Let's say the strike of the option is K. So you pay a fees for the option, and if the stock price on its expiration is higher than K, then you make some profit. So initially, let's say this P is the premium you paid. So initially you are down the premium. Now if the stock price starts to rise up, and by expiration if the stock price is above the strike price, then you will get some profit. Now, if that profit is enough to get you in the positive, then you will have a positive payoff. If not, you will have a negative payoff, but the worst you can do is lose the entire premium, and that's the worst, that's the max loss you can get. The max profit you can get is unlimited because technically the stock can go to infinite. Obviously, that does not happen in reality, but technically it can. So there is no cap on how much money you can make if you're long a call, but the max you can lose is the premium. Now let's see what the other side looks like for the person who sold you that option. The other side, the person who sold you that option initially gets the premium. Now he gets to keep the entire premium if the stock price on the expiration day is below the strike. Because in that case, that option is worthless. So he gets to keep the entire premium, right? His max profit is the premium. His max loss though is infinite because as we said, technically the stock can go to infinite. So the maximum a person that he can lose when he's short call is infinite amount of money. Now, obviously in reality it doesn't happen, but that's the maximum that person can lose. So hope you're getting a picture of both sides, both counterparties that are trading a call. So if you are the person buying the call, there's someone else taking the other side of the trade. He's taking the premium from you and his payoff looks like this. Now let's see how it looks like on the put side. If you're long put, right? If you bought a put on a stock, then initially again, you will be giving out some premium, right? And then what you want on the expiration date is the stock price to be less than your strike price. So if the stock price on the expiration day is greater than your strike price, then the maximum you will lose is the premium you paid. That's your max loss. Your max profit though is assuming that the stock you shorted goes to zero. Your max profit will be based on the difference between zero and your strike price. So you have a capped max profit, but obviously it's not realistic to assume that the stock price will go to zero, but you can profit a lot more while you have a specific amount you can lose, that's your premium. For the person on the other side of this position, the one who shorted the put, the one who sold you the put, initially he gets the premium. So initially, if the stock on expiration date is above the strike price, that person will keep the full premium, the option will expire worthless, that's it, that's his payoff. But if the stock price starts to go below the strike, then the person can lose a max amount, and that max amount will be the difference between zero and the strike price on that option. So I wanted to put this out there and show how if you're just doing a call or a put, you have these different payoff structures for the counterparties. And this will be crucial as we discuss more complex options combinations, where you have a bunch of options with a different strike. Try and understand this intuitively. Get this in your head because it will be useful as we go through the next tutorials. That's it to start you off. Let's move to the next one.